Hi everybody, my name is Cayci Ellis and I am a motivation expert and a motivational speaker, and this is my testimonial for Heather. And I've known Heather now for probably 4 or 5 years and I have worked with so many different mentors and coaches, and while all of them have contributed something to my life and many of them very positive, Heather has been one that I continue to go back to, that I continue to look for advice and for insight. And she is one of the most smart and most in alignment, I think, with healing and dealing with people and learning people that have had trauma and that have dealt with that in so many instances in their life, to where it's started to permeate every relationship that they have, be it their relationship with their friends, their family, their work, their spiritual relationships, everything. Heather really has learned how that affects people, and she's able to see, and I think this is what attracted me to working with her the most, was she's able to see kind of past that veil that we put up. She's able to see really what the issue is. If anyone is like me, you probably think things to death and just overthink things just over and over and over to try to really understand, like, why am I doing this? Or like, why is this such a problem? And why are these people doing this to me? And how can I do things better? And so on and so forth. And Heather is the type that she can see past all that. And she can see, this is actually what you need to hear. This is actually what's going on. It's very validating, and it helps. I know whenever just talking back and forth to her, I feel so validated in that I'm not a piece of crap. That maybe I've just gone through some awful things, and the things that I've learned and the things that I have been taught and my beliefs and my words about it have created these types of behaviors and stuff, and how sometimes it may not be my fault, and a lot of the times it isn't, but it is my responsibility. And Heather helps me to see those things. And I always leave her, like I leave when I go to my in-person therapist, I leave so much more at peace. I feel so empowered. Like I know what I need to do and I know what's going on. And it doesn't mean that it puts me in this mode where I'm ready to take action. I mean, there are a lot of the times it's I'm ready to just be at peace. And peace for me has been something that has been so hard. And I've only felt it, really truly felt it, just a couple of times in my life. And when I work with Heather, I leave her feeling at peace. And that is something that I'm willing to invest in for myself forever, to have that feeling of peace. And no more damn extreme anxiety and feeling like a piece of junk and trying to make people happy that don't deserve anything anyway from me. Heather just helps me to see that. She listens. The girl listens. She knows the art of listening, which not a lot of people have. And not only does she listen, she's learning while she listens. So as she's listening to me describe my issues and we're having a back and forth, she's learning me that entire time. So it actually gets to the part where she uses what she's learned and all of her knowledge to actually address the issue and not just try to teach me things over and over. She's addressing the issue with me specifically. And it is just, again, I've dealt with a lot of people. That is something that is just a gift that really only really good mentors and coaches and therapists have. It's just not something that I see with everybody. And Heather has that. And one of the best things, the thing that I remember walking away from just recently working with her just a couple months ago, was she told me that I had a good heart. She reminded me what my heart was, because she's learned me well enough that she knows if I get started going on this issue, she says, whoa, Cayci, you have a good heart. That's not these things maybe that people are projecting onto you or saying, that's not who you are. You're a good person. And it's just it's crazy that we forget that about ourselves sometimes, but Heather reminds me that. She reminds me that I have a good heart and that I am willing to do things that are good for people and to serve people. And this other stuff that's been taught to me or put into my head, especially like as a young woman, it's not true. And we need people in our lives to remind us of that, because we cannot do it on our own. We cannot get to where we need to be on our own. We have to have people that are smart and proactive and empowering and insightful and loving and caring. We need to have those people to get us where we need to be. And Heather's that person. She's always been that person. So I have to be with someone that sees me and that isn't trying to help me fit into a mold that I'm really not supposed to be in. Because that's what you're going to find a lot out there. You're going to find a lot of people say, okay, in order for you to be healthy, Cayci, you need to be this and this and this and this and this. And Heather is the type that she's going to find what's healthy for you. Like, of course, there's ideas and there's, some pretty common ground about what's healthy, right? And like, we get that. But Heather also says, but is this who you are? Like, she learns you well enough that she knows to help you get to what actually suits you and what actually will help you to be healthy. And it's not the same for everybody. And that is, I think, is what's so good. That's what's so good with working with her, is that she isn't like everybody else. And that's important because you're not like everybody else. So you need to work with someone that actually sees you. I also noticed that not only when I leave Heather do I feel more at peace, but I'm actually more willing to take action. And I'm the type that I really want to be action oriented. That helps me like ease my anxiety, right? That helps me to like lower my shame. I feel like if I'm being active in something. And so not only does she help me feel at peace, but she helps me have steps that are like things I can take action with, things that are real, tangible things that I can do. And that helps me because that finally really helps me to identify that underlying struggle and why I'm feeling it. Of course, Heather will help me on that path, but Heather's not going to walk the path for me. She just helps me realize this is the step we're on. This is the step that we're going to. This is why this step sucks. And this is why this step is there. And it just helps me to kind of put things into perspective and learn a little bit about my environment and why I'm thinking the way that I do, why I'm acting the way that I do. Why do I have such a problem whenever I'm dealing with these people or going into this circumstance? Why do other people not have that problem? Like, she helps me to really realize all that and to see it, to learn it, to understand it, and then to release it. And to have some freedom, finally, from all these things that have just been yanking at my heart and my mind and my spirit for years. She helps me feel freedom. And I think the more that I work with people and the more that I do the work that I'm meant to do, because that's really my purpose. I want to do my kind of work, working with people that help you feel peace, that help you feel free, that help you feel released from these damn chains that have been holding us. When you work with people like that, those are the people that help you to fly. Or those are the people that help you to dive deep into where you need to go. These are the people that you need to be investing in. These are the people that you need to be working with. And Heather is that person.